For me, is I'm building athletes. I'm building athleticism.
These kids got to put on muscles.
All right, guys, so when short on time, I'll do this myself, or I'll also do it with athletes, because especially like at the high school level, they love to finish with an arm pump. So every day I'll kind of show them, all right, day one, they learn hammer curls. Day two, believe it or not, you're teaching kids how to do a good barbell curl. Then as they get more experience, it's a reverse curl, then it's twisting curl, then it's incline dumbbell curls. Then they get excited with this one, it's called running the rack. So I learned it through Arnold's encyclopedia. Do you know this one?
Yeah.
So he would speak about doing it for shoulders, but he would start with a light weight and do like military presses or side raises for 3 to 5 reps. Then he'd keep going up until he couldn't move his arms. Then he'd go down the rack. And you could apply that to biceps. I've done it with, it was a old book called Gorner the Mighty with kettlebell, like snatch, clean and press. He went up the chain, down the chain. So we're gonna do a bicep density workout. So you get like some endurance, you build size with it. And if you're short on time and you want the pump, this would be the way to go. So we're gonna start with a 90-degree carry with a band through the kettlebell. You're also gonna feel it in your abs. So you wanna grab about, and we're gonna carry it. So we're doing isometric. Make sure your arms are at 90 and your posture is up. And feel our shoulders got rocked on this too. Then we take it back and then we're gonna curl them. All right, so you carry, now you curl. So try not to slouch, shoulders in good position. And now you get this kind of like oscillation of the weight, and it's hard.
Oh, these are difficult.
And your hands could go wherever you naturally want. One more. So you could supinate them, you could hammer curl them, and you could even do one in each hand if you go with lighter kettlebells.
Yeah, it's
and
different.
so now what we'll do is we are warmed up. You don't need to start going light. We're gonna start heavy and go down the rack. So running the rack is light, heavy, back to light. We're gonna start up and just do descending sets. Right. So what are you gonna start with? Who's going first?
I'll start like 50, 55.
Okay, let's go up there. Start you there. And so 3 to 5 reps, and then you drop down and go to the next one. So I'll start at 45s.
Just doing bicep curls?
Yeah, you could hammer, you could twist them, whatever you want. No rules. Yeah. I like to hammer curl up to the shoulder. Okay, and what'd you just do? 55, so now you go to 45 right here. Got them. I'll go to the 35s. So taking 10-pound drops. And also you go different angles. You could go cross body. I could twist. Same time. Back it. So now you got 35s there. I'll go to, you know what I'm gonna do instead of dumbbell 25s? I'm gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna take kettlebell 26s. Different, definitely a lot of like on your wrist.
Oh yeah.
And believe it or not, like if you're training athletes, you know, how many kids do you hear, you know, I sprained my wrist, I sprained my ankle.
Yeah.
It's because I think their training is too perfect. It doesn't challenge.
All those little muscles, right? All the,
Yeah.
all the little in
It
between
doesn't
stuff like you're
get-
saying.
goes in between muscles.
Ooh, I like these handles.
Yeah, Ivanko's,
Yeah,
baby.
these are nice.
Okay, sponsored by Ivanko today. Woo. Yeah, so different angles. You got straight up. You obviously got supinating. You've got crossbody, same time, crossbody one arm at a time. And then you can change the tempo. We could go slow. We can go fast.
This is some conjugate training right now.
So now check this out.
Mixing it up.
That was heavier. These two thick dumbbells are different. So I'm gonna curl them at the same time, and then I'll switch them. So this one's like close to 45, this one's probably 35. So, then I'm gonna switch them.
Feeling the pump. Feeling the pump.
I did one more for the weaker arm to punish it. You know what, like when I was a middle school kid, used to come out of the school and across the street were the residential homes, and used to see like certain things as a kid. A lot of guys worked on cars in their garage, and you'd see a lot of guys had weights in their garage. Well, this house had 3 barbell sets in front of the house, but it was like a piece of iron with cement. So it was like big, small, and I would see a guy outside with jeans, work boots, flannel, gloves, doing deadlifts as a kid. I was 11, 12, and that just left an impression on me of like, you don't need this gym. Of course, there's some fancy stuff, but as I said earlier, like, we don't want too fancy. So I think it spoils people. And then, you know, oh, I don't like that song, or I don't like this barbell. And I usually don't use dumbbells. I only train with kettlebells. And so what about just, you know, Nooch, my football coach here, we live here. When the Hurricane Sandy hit, we had no power for 2 weeks. So we had the generator in the back of the house. And my wife was hearing stories of like people stealing the generators. So it was like, okay, the generator goes on at midnight to heat up the house. My kids were babies. So I would like wake up after 2 hours and, you know, no warm up, and like hulk that thing into the backyard, turn it on for a bit. Then my alarm would go off like before the sun would come up because people were stealing stuff. So she had me, and I just remember carrying that thing, saying to myself, you know, my body's prepared for it. And at the time, I didn't have this gym. It was before the hurricane, or at the time of the hurricane. But in my garage, I left a barbell loaded at 275 or 325. And a couple times a day, I would hit a few deadlifts cold. And it was good to be strong cold, but it was like good mental, I called it like iron therapy. And so I just remember that, like, what do you need your body prepared for? You actually never know. Even when you're done with sports, people get away from training kind of like this athletic style. So they're like, well, I'm not gonna play football again, so I don't need to farmer walk or sprint hills. But it is important to do that stuff. Yeah.
That's why we're here. That's kind of like back with my journey. It's like I said, to come a full circle. I got in that mindset for a little bit. I want to get super strong. And then I started coaching high school lacrosse. And my mind was like, hell yeah, you can go out and play with these kids. My body, on the other hand, said, hell no. So, you know, this is me kind of getting back after it, throwing this type of training in there, preparing for the unknown and just being resilient, you know, building that foundation. And a lot of this is stuff, you know, that I've learned from him, and it's cool to be here, right? Like literally with the mastermind who I learned all this stuff from. So,
yeah, but look, I also, you know, I couldn't get to meet the guys that created it. You know, now like those men have passed away, like Dr. Ken Leisner, training NFL guys out of his garage. You'd see them squatting with snow coming down. You know, I have video footage of them He's like, you know how we would do a sled push? Well, he's going down the road, he's got a harness, and those old like train trolleys, that's what they're pulling.
Yeah.
You know, he would make weights from the manhole covers. Crazy. Or steel beams, they'd weld handles. And so we've done some videos on that for the people watching. It's called Iron Roots, where I revisit old books and magazines, stuff from over 100 years ago that influences the way I train now. So I make it real clear that I think sometimes you gotta be lucky to come across the right people at the right time. When I was younger, everything was bodybuilding. I wish I came across this to help me when I wrestled. You know? It would have been a game changer.
We're doing it now.
Good. All right, guys, thanks for checking out the video. Thanks for subscribing. And now I want to go over the many ways that you guys can go to the next level. We've got links underneath every YouTube video so you can see our programs on Train Heroic. Most importantly, you could get on the free newsletter where you not only get a free badass training course, but you're also going to get a welcome discount code that you can apply to our training courses. You'll also see links for the Underground Strength Coach certification, the Strength and Sports Performance Coach certification, the Underground Strength Academy. A lot of different programs, a lot of different opportunities, but the way to be in the know when they get released or when we're holding a sale is to be on the newsletter at zacstrength.com. That's what you want to do. Thanks for supporting, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Boom.